Welcome in, watchers and listeners to Sport Talk with Dwat. If you would please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And with that being said, let's get this show on the road.
All right, we are back for episode 64 of Pro with Dwat. I am Dwat. I am here with my dad, a big Tech fan, so we're going to cover Georgia Tech football in the ACC as a preview show. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring him in. What's going on, Dad?
Hey, Dwat. I'm doing great, buddy. Doing great. Just here in Chattanooga, and it's the hottest week of the year, so I had to abandon my back porch, so I'm in the living room here. So just trying to make it through the end of the summer here.
Oh yeah, I understand. It's a very, very hot Monday evening here in Chattanooga, like you said, and we got some stuff to go over on the show. And so with that being said, we'll start with the weekend. So how was your weekend, Dad?
Oh, it was good. I played golf, of course, no matter how hot it is. So played 27 holes Sunday morning, and it was great. I had a good outcome there, and so just playing golf, and we're going to Destin next weekend, so just kind of doing some stuff, having some fun.
There we go. That sounds like a good weekend to me. I went up in Crossville, saw my in-laws up in Crossville, Tennessee. We headed up on there on Friday evening, and then Saturday morning went hiking at that state park. We did about a 3-mile hike there, Dad. It was a pretty good time. Pretty hot up there as well. So we did that. I went fishing up there in the afternoon. It was really hot in the afternoon, but I got out of the house up there a little bit and did a little fishing. Didn't have much luck on there, but it was something different. It's kind of cool to go somewhere different and see what I can do up there with that. Came home that Saturday night, had some brats, had some really good brats, fresh brats. So that was really good. Something I didn't really eat a lot in the past, and I feel like I eat a lot more now. So that was really great meal. And then watched some of the NASCAR race there Saturday night from Richmond Raceway there in Virginia. Pretty good race. I thought it was all right. And then Sunday we headed home. Watched a little bit of baseball here on Sunday afternoon when I got home. Went back out to the lake in my kayak Sunday night, and same deal. It's super hot right now, and I just got to find these fish, but not having the best of luck. But I want to keep going until I find them. It won't be long. I'll catch some. But that was my weekend. There's I thought it was pretty good on my end on that. All right, thanks for being tuned in. Everybody, like, share, and subscribe if you're on the YouTube. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you follow us on Facebook for all your reels and whatnot. All right, that will put us into some Georgia Tech football right here on Sport Talk. We're going to preview the upcoming season. Last year was 9-4. We started 7-0. Dad, it was a great year, and didn't end the best there for us. But I try to look at last year as it was good, and hopefully this year we can really find our groove and build on from last year. So last year's in the past. So this year, we got 19 new players. So it's a different teams, different staff on the offense side and the defense side. So let's talk about that first. So you got a new coach on the offense and defense. You got a thing on that?
Yeah, I think that's kind of why the tail end of the year didn't go great was both the coordinators. The offensive coordinator was job hunting, and the defense coordinator wasn't very good, and so he was sent packing back to Texas to be an assistant again. So we got two new coordinators, and I think they're both going to be good, especially the defensive coach. He is really good, Jason Seymour. He's a young guy, but he's all about takeaways. He was at Southern Miss last year, and they led the nation in interceptions. So he emphasizes getting after the ball. So I really like that. And on offense, it's going to be a new philosophy of ball control type thing. So we'll see. But yeah, I think they'll be more stable this year. There won't be too many ups and downs.
Yeah, last year was a lot of ups there at the beginning, then there towards the end. We all know what happened there. So I'm looking forward to this new season there, Dad. We got some big games coming up. We got a Colorado, their opening night on a Thursday. They're as a home game. So that's going to be a lot of buzz in the atmosphere, a lot of primetime game. You got all this, you got all this talk of this new season. And so we kind of get to see how that's going to shake out, I feel like I'll just kind of go first on that one. I think Tech's going to start 1-0 for sure on that. I think we're going to take care of Carter. There's a lot of hype, and I think we get out there. I think we're going to take care of them, Dad, on that one. We're going to send them backpacking back home. I think on that.
Oh yeah, it could be a strange atmosphere. Deion Sanders is probably the second most popular athlete in Atlanta history behind Hank Aaron. So there's going to be probably some oddball fans just pulling for Deion and not really Colorado or Georgia Tech. So it could be a little bit of an odd atmosphere, but yeah, I'm looking for a good old whipping on this one. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good start to the season. Very good.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that for sure. All right, we're going to do a big-time preview right here on the show for this Tennessee versus Georgia Tech. I'm putting a really bad spot, Dad, with this game. I live here in Chattanooga. I'm right in the middle of both, but my heart is telling me to go with Georgia Tech. So we're going to preview this game here. So what are some keys to this game for Tech?
Yeah, this game is, I've been looking forward to this one since it popped up on the schedule. These are old-time rivals that are going to get back together. And we live right between both of them. So, of course, I'm a Georgia Tech 100%, but I know you were raised up in Tennessee, so you got your own allegiances kind of split. But yeah, this is going to be a good game. I mean, both teams are about the same. I think of quality. Of course, nobody up here believes that. They think the SEC is just going to win regardless just because of that. But these teams are pretty equal. It's going to be a contrast. I think Tennessee's up tempo usually. They like to run that fast pace and throw the ball all the time. So, and then Georgia Tech's going to be the opposite this year with George Godsey, the new offensive coach. He's comes out of the NFL. He played at Georgia Tech. He likes to run the ball. So it's going to be throwing a lot versus running, contrast of styles. But we got the best backfield in America. You know, people may not know that yet, but they will soon. Justice Haynes, transferred from Michigan. He's a Georgia kid. He was leading the nation in rushing the day he got hurt. He got hurt in game 7, I think. From what I've seen on tape, when he hits that crease, it's over. So he's probably, oh man, they say he's good enough to win a game or two by himself. So we'll see. And then the backup, Malachi Hosley, he averaged 7 yards a carry last year. So this backfield is going to be dynamic. If we can run the ball successfully and play a little bit of keep away, slow the game down, Tennessee would probably like to get up in the 30s and 40s score. But yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be sold out, electric, night game. Grantfield rocks at night, man. It's going to be fun. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited all the way.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a game that I can't wait to watch on TV, and I think it's going to be high scoring. Dad, I think it's going to be a game where it might start low scoring, but I feel like these teams are going to start to run and pass, and it's going to get high scoring. And it's going to come down to the defenses. Can we see the Tech defense stop the pass? We've seen in the past how maybe it doesn't always go the best with passing, but I feel like keep it low scoring and control the game, and Tech can hopefully take care of them. Is my hope on that.
Yeah, our defense is just a total rebuild, probably like everybody. We just don't keep up with everybody. We've got 7 or 8 new transfer starters on defense, like everybody. The front group is supposed to be really good. And then we got a rising star at safety named Tay Harris. He's going to be All-American. He's just a sophomore, but he's special. So, yeah, it's going to be good. Whoever can play a little defense, I think, is going to win. I think we're going to run the ball effectively, and I'm sure they'll throw the ball effectively. So whoever can step up on the other side will probably win. Yeah, also, though, one more thing. Yeah. I got the gold-colored glasses, but we do have the best place kicker in America. His name's Aiden Burr. He's a senior. He finished second last year in the Groza He won 2 games on walk-offs, just last play of the game, kicked bombs. So, it could come down to that. If it comes down to that, I feel good. So, anyway, it's going to be tight. It's going to be fun. I didn't have $1,000 laying around to get 2 tickets. So, we'll be watching it here at the house.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just watching it on TV on the porch and kind of getting a good feel for this game. It's going to be it's good. It could be a top game of the year. I feel like, and as a fan, I've kind of have to get used to more because I like to see him passing the ball a lot. But I feel like this year for Tech is I'm going to have to really change my ways a little bit just as a fan to understand that it's good to run the ball and you get your first downs and score points running. But I feel like people my age maybe just like to see a lot more passing and NASCAR style offenses. You see that with like Oregon and other teams that always like to pass the ball. But I feel like big picture, you can run the ball is key, but you got to pass the ball. So we got our new quarterbacks, I guess you could say. We got a battle. So who do you think is going to be the starter this year?
Or Tennessee or Georgia Tech?
Attack.
Alberto Mendoza, that's Fernando's little brother, transferred from Indiana. He won the job in the spring far and away. I mean, they say he's going to be good. I mean, he played a lot of mop up last year at Indiana, but he has not started. So hopefully he'll look good against Colorado and be ready to go. Both teams are going to have a young quarterback, either way you look at it. Another strength for Georgia Tech is a tight end group. They have really got some tight ends. So I think that's a good security blanket for a young quarterback. He doesn't have to look for the 40-yard pass all the time. He's going to have some tight ends. So, yeah, I think he's going to be good. We'll find out pretty quick. The schedule, we don't have a Furman on opening day, so no shots. But we got a tough schedule right out of the chute, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Like you said, it's as a fan, it's okay as long as as we can get the wins. I feel like if you're gonna have a tough schedule, it can be good for you, but you just gotta be able to get the wins with Colorado, Tennessee, Georgia. I mean, those are 3 tough ones, and so that's something you definitely got to keep an eye on is to see how that shakes out. I would say it's a pretty tough schedule on my end. I say it's probably one of the top 3 toughest there in the conference. I think. I don't want to see us play a bunch of chumps, but I feel like it's to your advantage just to play one tough one and play the rest of them easy, because otherwise you start dropping them and the fan base is going to start getting all worked up about stuff. So you don't want that.
It's a fine line. Tennessee doesn't have to play tough games. They would sell out no matter. They'll sell out, 100,000 against Furman, no problem. Georgia Tech plays Furman, the place is half empty. So that's because they're a city school. There's 800 other things to do in Atlanta, Georgia on a Saturday. So it's a different vibe. They play tough games to sell out, and other people don't need to play tough games to sell out, so they don't. But Georgia Tech's the only team in America playing 3 Power 4 non-conference games, the only team. And so they're overscheduled, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So, but who else would play Colorado, Tennessee, and Georgia? No one. But we'll see how it goes. Win 2 out of 3 maybe and move on.
Yeah.
It'll make you a tougher team.
That's right. It will. Do you have a win guess for the year, Dad?
Thinking 8-4. There's about 6 tough games that are just big time. We can win 4, win 4 of those. We're going to lose some. We're not going to go undefeated. I'm not calling this a national championship team, but there's some tough games that they're probably going to drop a couple, but I'd be okay with 8-4. I would have called this a little bit of a rebuild year after we lost our great quarterback and some other things, but there's no such thing as rebuilding these days with the transfer portal. So you just reload and go. So I'm looking at 8, and maybe best case would be 9. I don't look for 4 or 5. I'm looking for a good year.
Oh yeah, I like that number. It's a very fair number. I feel like Tech did a great job of going out and getting the players, the running backs, and the quarterbacks. At first, the first few weeks of all the changeover, I was a little bit nervous about it. But then really once they got the running back, which that was probably the biggest get of my lifetime or whatever. I mean, I didn't expect them to get the guy from Michigan. So that was really cool for me to see that and get the quarterback we got. I've been hearing good things as well about him, and I think he's got a great future ahead of him. Hopefully he'll come here and stay for a little while, and hopefully they take care of him money wise, keep him happy. And I don't want to see these guys leave. So we got our guys in here. Now we're going to go out there and win some ball games. That's the plan. I want to say they'll get 9 wins this year. I feel like that's the number I'm going to go with. Yeah, some games that are going to be tough, but I feel like if we can just stick together, get through the injuries, really, get going on what I need to do. I feel like it could be a good year for Georgia Tech.
I agree. There's going to be injuries, but if the transfer hype is real, then we're going to be okay. So It's all yet to be determined, just like everybody else.
Yep. Let's see. You got anything else on Tech there, Dad?
If they can, tough schedule, got to overcome that. But some of the conference, we missed Miami, we missed SMU, so I think we came out good on the conference side. So I think it balances out. We'll be fine.
All right, we're going to move into some of the ACC questions. We're going to go back and forth here on some of this. I'll start with, what is the best team in the ACC, Dad?
I think that's probably Miami. I don't think there's much doubt. They went all the way to the final game last year. They needed a quarterback. They went out and bought one. They got the really good quarterback from Duke. They're loaded. They got the biggest budget in the league. They're loaded. They're full of NFL players. And until somebody knocks them off, I'm just going to say Miami for now.
Yeah, that sums it up really well. Miami's probably going to be the one to watch. Florida State would be a cool team for me to see. I'd like to see them kind of step it up this year with what they got going on down there. So I guess mine's top with Miami, and then Florida State would I like to see them perform well. It's a big name. And Clemson, for me, is another one I'd like to see them do something. This year it's always going to be the year, but Dabo's, I don't know how much longer he's going to make it over there at Clemson. He's got his own thoughts on some of that transfer stuff and whatnot, and I think he's a good coach, but I don't know. He's been there for a while, so I feel like that fan base at Clemson is very passionate, and they better find a way in those playoffs quickly, otherwise there could be a change at Clemson over there.
Yeah. Oh. If he has another 6-win year, he might be going to the lake on a permanent basis, because they're not set up for 6 wins there. They've got to do better, or they're going to move on.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Most to approve. What is the team with the most to prove this year?
Clemson. Clemson has the most to prove. They are a proud program, and they are in a rut, And so this is kind of the make or break, I think, for that whole team, that whole program. This is the make or break. They've been very average the last 2, 3, 4 years, and 2, 3 years. They're still got talent. They put 4 or 5 guys in the NFL every year. So I don't know. Something's going on. So they have the most to prove. I know they're going to try to get back to their top of the list plays. So we'll see.
I like that. I'm going to go with Duke. I feel like they're a team that can get players in there, and it's a little something different for me. I want to toss out some different ones there that I've been thinking on. They're a team that can be sneaky, I feel like Duke can be. So we'll see if they kind of have a quiet fan base and stadium and whatnot sometimes. But I feel like if they can get the right players in, they're a team that can kind of sneak up on you, and they can maybe prove that they're better than what you might think they are.
I agree. I think this is the era where the academic schools are starting to do well. It's all about NIL, man. If you want to get serious, you can, and you can get better quick.
Oh yeah, I like that. Let's see here. Let's do the best coaches in the conference. Everybody got their own thoughts on coaches. So, Dad, what is the best coach in the conference?
I got 2 of them. Jeff Brom at Louisville and Rhett Lashley at SMU. They're not household names, but they're offensive guys. They're gurus of offense. They score a lot of points. They develop quarterbacks, and they might be the numbers 2 and 3 in the league in quality is behind Miami. They're really good, and those coaches are really good. People start seeing that this year.
I like that. Give me Brent Key. Got the shirt on. He's a tough lineman. I think I think he's one of the top coaches. I do, and I think he's a very smart coach. He's able to get these players in and get them coached. And I feel like at first I thought it was a good hire there in the past, and then I think he's showing that he deserves the money he's getting, and hopefully we can keep him here for many years to come. So I think give me Brent Key, and then Jeff Brom. I've got him as well. I think that would be a team to really watch. It is Louisville. There could be a team that could get in the playoffs possibly. If they keep winning there. Let's see here. We got the most up and coming team there, Dad.
Well, I think that I had that listed as most improved team, and I think that's going to be Virginia Tech.
Oh, yeah.
They went out and hired James Franklin from Penn State. They upped their game a lot. He's a name coach. He would not have gone there if he didn't think things were in place. I've heard they've tripled their football budget, and they have made a commitment, and that's what got him there. And they're good. They've been good in the past, and when things are clicking, they're really tough. So I look for them to go from that bad level to 6, 7, maybe even 8. I'd say 7 this year. So that's a good improvement.
Yeah, that was probably a top hire, I think in the conference, and he's going to be. I guess I'm just curious on my end to see, can it be a 1-year turnaround where they're hot this year, or is it going to take a minute? Passionate fan base, and they in the past, they can win ball games for sure, and that's going to be a game that Tech, that they play each other here in a couple early on in the season there. So that's going to be a game to really watch. But that's probably mine as well. That'd be a team to really keep an eye on. Let's see here. Pittsburgh, I guess that would be a team. We'll see. Kind of this year compared to last year, they beat us there late, and that'd definitely be a team. I think that we kind of see what they can do there. Let's see here. Let's do teams in the playoffs. How many teams will make the playoffs in the ACC?
Well, under the current format, I've got 2. Miami, probably the loser of the conference game, championship game. Louisville, SMU, or Georgia Tech. One of those 3. It's going to be Miami and a dark horse, whoever one of those dark horses is. But I think it'd be from the group of Louisville, SMU, or Georgia Tech.
That's pretty much what my list was too. I think it's the teams that I feel like Tech's going to be a team that's this year. If we can get in there and take care of our business late in the year, we can get in there. Miami's, they're probably like a lock. I think that's probably the best team in the conference, and they're definitely going to the conference championship game this year. And I feel like they'll get in. But I think it'll be a 2 or 3 there for teams that get in. If it's 3, that's my hope. But maybe a bunch of teams from other conferences wanting to get in. So I like it when our conference can get at least give me 3, Dad. I think that's a good number to have.
We got to get some double-digit wins, teams that get some national attention. So, but Miami, Louisville, SMU, Georgia Tech. There's going to be 3 of those 4 going to get in. Let's just go with that.
I like that. The top games for me, I'll kind of go over some of my top games this year coming up. This year we got Tech and Louisville. November 7th, I think that's going to be a game that we might be at that game as part of our ticket package, I believe. So that would be definitely a game to keep an eye on and watch. I think it's late in the year, so we're going to have to see where we're at there. Clemson Duke could be a game. that's late in the year as well. So we'll have to kind of see what Duke's looking like, and Clemson. If both those teams can be winning, that could be a matchup. And then SMU at Florida State, September the 7th. That's early on. So there's some two teams. We'll have to kind of see how that goes at Florida State. So that would be a game I'd probably have to watch for sure over there for sure on that.
Yeah. So my hot take game of the year is Louisville at Georgia Tech, because I think it's two of the better teams, and it's late. It's November 7th. It'll either mean something or it won't, but we'll know by then how important it is. And I have a feeling it's going to be very important. So that's my conference game of the year. It's a little bit of a hot take, but that's where I'm at. And yes, we're going. We invested in some mini ticket plan, a 3-game mini season ticket. So that's one of our games, and I'm excited for that one. That's going to be fun. I've never seen Louisville live, so I've seen most everybody live, but I've never seen Louisville, so that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a game to watch for sure, and to be that's going to be really really cool. And I haven't seen them either, so that's going to be one to check out for sure. Let's do toughest places to play. This is always pretty cool, just as a fan's point of view. Let's see. I think Clemson's a tough place to play. It's hard to get the wins at Clemson. And then Florida State, that place is always pretty loud and whatnot. So if they're doing good this year, and NC State, we learned that lesson there last year.
Yeah.
It's a very very passionate fan base for a team that's sometimes can be mid, but they definitely show out, and they love their red, and they're very passionate. And then Miami, the fan base is kind of an odd fan base because they're not on campus. They got a stadium off campus. So that was a little bit different with some of the atmosphere, but I feel like the fans, now that they're kind of back, then they're definitely one to watch for sure on that.
Yeah, I like Clemson as the best atmosphere. It's a super stadium. It's one of the big ones, like, an SEC type atmosphere. And it rocks when they're playing well, and they usually do play well at home. I think Virginia Tech, you didn't mention them. When they play that entry music and they get going, it's good. A lot of these atmospheres are dependent on having a good team. Florida State's kind of gone flat. Their atmosphere's gone flat. Miami's such a pro town. I don't have any fear of going and playing there, just other than them being a great team. So that's some of the best. Now, the most scenic Georgia Tech at night is the best vibe in the whole league. If you're sitting there where you can see the skyline at night, a lot of these schools are out in cow pastures, but this is really cool. I'd recommend anybody to experience that too. So there's a lot of different atmospheres, small towns and big cities all mixed up.
Yeah, definitely got a cool with all the lights and whatnot there. It's definitely a cool view there at Tech to see all the the skyline's always very very cool to see there. You got anything else on that there, Dan?
Well, I got my negative list. You want to hear that?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah.
I've got my dead teams walking, which these are the two teams that are in trouble, and that's Florida State and North Carolina. They both have bad coaching, and I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but they've got bad coaching, just the whole thing's a mess. I think they'll both have another coach by this time next year. So I don't know. Florida State they've got a lot to prove too, like Clemson. They're either going to step back up or they're going to become an afterthought. So, and I'm not used to that, and I know you're not either. But and then North Carolina, they're just they're a mess. That thing didn't work. Whatever that thing is, it didn't work, and they need to get out of it. So they're going to win 3 games, maybe.
Yeah, that was an odd hire when he was way too old, and he had a good pass in the NFL, but I don't think the NFL and college was going to combine well for him. But yeah, I definitely agree with the UNC there.
It's a mess.
That was a good list you had there. I guess mine would be Wake Forest would be a team to kind of keep an eye on. They've been okay in the past, but we'll kind of see how that goes. And then I guess Duke would be another one to see if they can perform this year.
I had a list. I had a category called best team no one ever mentions, and that's Wake Forest. They're good. They won 9 games last year, and nobody cares. So it's unfortunate, but they're a very small school, private school, and just no one cares. But they're good, and we got to play them, and we're going to go to that game as well. But they're good enough to beat you, and again, no one cares. So you gotta be careful with Wake Forest. They're really good.
Yeah, they're a team that can definitely got to keep a close eye on them for sure. All right, let's jump into some uniforms that Tech wears. This year we kind of made the change over, so we got a different brand we're showing off this year. You got some different colors, so we'll start with the all gold. Let's start with the one that I don't like. I like it the least. I don't like it at all. I'm not trying to get on here and be negative, whatever either. I'm just saying I don't like it. So all gold, is it a yes or a no, Dad?
It's a no, but I don't think you have to worry about that. They've never worn that ever. They always do it as a promo and some online stuff, but they've never worn it. I don't think Brent Key will allow that. We call that the French fry uniform. It just does not look good, but they're not going to do that. So just don't worry about that one. We're in Under Armour this year, which I think is going to be an improvement. Under Armour swears up and down that we're going to be a top priority for them, and the money's going to be big. So I'm willing to give that a chance. And they've got the gold looking good. We were just an afterthought with Adidas. They didn't care about us. And they had us in some khaki beige uniforms. It was terrible. So Under Armour's got the gold good. I think my favorite home right now is going to be white pants, gold shirt, and white helmet. That's a good look. And then on the road, I like the traditional gold pants, white shirt, and gold helmet. We'll have to see how it plays out. But things I've seen look good, but we don't know yet.
Right. Yeah. We'll have to see here in just a couple of weeks what they kind of come out with. Last year we saw some different helmets they were wearing with the buzz. They had the power. They had the T, which I was a big fan of the Tech T there.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the past we didn't really do a lot of this, but I feel like it's really picked up, which we see other schools do this as well. I feel like each week they're wearing something different, which is fine. But I like just the white, gold, and gold helmet, white, gold. That's what I like. That's what I'm a fan of. This year I think the they kind of got a different gold, which was kind of like you were saying. I think it's gonna be a lot better. I'm looking forward to seeing some different shirts they have for sale, shirts, hats, all that good stuff. Kind of buy my new stuff. I guess I'm the kind of guy that updates my my clothing attire since they've changed over. I don't want to be that guy wearing the last year's stuff to the game. So I gotta get my new gear together for me on my end.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's going to be a better fan selection. Like I said, Adidas we were not a top priority for them. Let's just put it that way. So I'm excited about this new year of uniforms. I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I'd like to see maybe a little. The stripes don't do anything for me, but I'm an old timer, so we'll see. I'll give it a chance.
Oh yeah, we'll see how that goes there. I thought about that for Al. Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask you here on the show about the uniforms. Got anything else, Dad, on that? On any of that?
It won't be long. I mean, like 2 weeks to week 0, and maybe 3 weeks till the real deal. So I'm ready. It's going to be fun. We make it through summer, and then here we go again. So it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, it's I've been waiting here for a while, and it's here now. We just have a few more weeks really, and we'll get things kicked off week 0, like you said, and then week 1 we got Colorado. So be nice to go ahead and get started off 2-0 is my plan there, for Tech, and then we'll move on. But I think it's gonna be a big year, and I hope this year for the conference in general. I hope these teams can really prove that they are good teams in this conference. I feel like sometimes we kind of get talked down to or whatever about our teams not always being the best, but I like to see us get some bowl games for sure for the conference. And I don't I don't like it when we kind of get pushed around a little bit. Comes time with the playoff for sure, I'm getting in or not getting in. So I want to see our conference compete, at a high level against the other conferences. So that's just my hope for the coming season is we can not have a hard time with other teams and other conferences. And I want to see our conference kind of be strong.
I agree. We got to, when we do well, we need to mention it. You need to mention it on your show here that when things are going well, because there's a narrative against the ACC. I think that's one of Florida State's problems. They spent so much time and money trying to get out of the ACC. They've let their program go down. They need to just take some pride in where they're at and let's go. So yeah, I'm a fan, and when they do well, I'll let you know about it. And when we take some lumps, so be it.
Right. Yeah. That sums it up. I like that. It's a good way to put it. You got anything else for the show, Dad?
No, I appreciate you inviting me on, and
Yeah.
you're doing a good job. So I appreciate that, and yeah, looking forward to the season.
Oh yeah, won't be long. It'll be football time. All right, I'm gonna shut it down. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe if you would on the YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcast and Spotify, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all your pictures and videos and all that good stuff. You got any Femo, you put it in the comments below. Thanks for coming on, Dad.
All right, have a good one.
That being said, we'll see you in the next one.